Welcome back to Herculean Hearts. I'm Sarah, homeschool mama of 6, and I am so excited to do this video with y'all because it is all about our homeschool room. All 8 of us get to live in 1,800 square feet, which I'm super grateful to have this house to live in. It does make it a little complicated though when it comes to storing and having our homeschool curriculum, and there's just not room for a homeschool room in this house. So the whole point of this video is to show that you don't have to have a whole room dedicated for homeschooling to be a successful homeschooler. So we are going to be doing a little tour of where I store our homeschool stuff and what that looks like and how we're able to do that with homeschooling 6 kids in an 1,800 square foot home. So here we go. All right, so I am standing by our front door right now. So if you were to walk into my house, this is the very first thing you would see. My piano, I'm a piano teacher, and this is the only bookshelf that we have in our house. Now the kids have some books in their room. They have little shelves in there that they get to keep their stuff that they are reading, and then this is just like the family and for my really littles. They have stuff there. I also have my piano music here. I sing in a choir, so I have my choir stuff and things that I'm reading. Up top, I have my binding machine that we use to bind some different projects and papers together. I'll show you what I did with that. Now over here, we have our desk. Now guys, this desk, somebody was throwing it away. It was just sitting in the back of somebody's, like behind where their trash cans are, out on the curb waiting for the bulk pickup trash day. And my mother-in-law saw it and called me and was like, hey, there's a desk. Do you guys want it? And I said, let me look at it. So we went over and of course I wanted it. Like, this is an awesome shape. So yeah, we have our free desk that we got from somebody's trash. We are totally that person. And I did not do any kind of special cleaning like at all for this video. So y'all are seeing my life, how it truly looks. So hence the crayon and marker stains and frozen papers and piles of Bibles and scriptures just stuck together. So yay. We do love our printer. It's a Brother laser printer. I just got it off Amazon, but it prints super fast and I love it. So we use that quite a lot. And then our Mac, that thing is at least 10 years old. It's really just the school computer. We use it for school. We do teaching textbooks on there. We also do reading eggs online for some of my kiddos. We also watch the science DVDs on there. So that's really what the main bulk of what we use that computer for. And then up here is where I store all of our curriculum for our family. So our family chooses to use BookShark, which is very literature heavy, but I love it because they're in levels, and so we can do so much all together as a family. So we have like one timeline book that we use together. We do all of our history and science together. And up here up top is where I store our science kit. And that's the science DVD and a math DVD. I did a review of Times Tales. I'll link that video down below. And that's just my extra ink for the printer because, you know, as a homeschooler, you can never run out of ink. That's just a travesty. So back to this. This is all of our books. Now, I do think my kids' readers that they have to read themselves, they keep those in their own space in their rooms because I just tell them which chapter they need to go read. But everything else is up here, all that we do together. We have our scripture study books even up here, along with all of our curriculum using BookShark. And so I can just keep all of that together on one shelf. It's awesome. Now, I was telling you about these binding machines. So this is what I've done with the BookShark curriculum. They give you these, this is his language arts, obviously, and they have these sheets in the instructor's guides, which I'll show in just a minute. I took them all out for the whole year, and then I used that binding machine to put them together. And so that way, I just made this cover for it. Using our laminating machine, and that way I could just take this out and give it to him and open it up to whatever page, and then he needs to do whatever that page is. So all of my kids have their own bound language arts book that they get to work through. And then in addition to the language arts, I also made one for the science. And so all the science pages I took out of the instructor's guides and just bound them together. So this is like their science workbook. So that's how I just keep all of our curriculum just on one shelf. For that covers our history, our readers, language arts, science, and then math is right over here. So these are our teaching textbooks. So it has the CD-ROM. So they take out their CD, put it in the computer down there, and then they get out their book and they open it to the right lesson, because I do require that they show their work so that I can see and check that they're not just using a calculator, because that has happened before. So, it's really helpful for them to be writing it down. So we do both the book and the CD-ROM as well. So those are all stored just right there. This is our BookShark instructor's guide. And so I usually keep 6 weeks at a time in here. This is what keeps me on track. This is what I use to know what to do. And so I just keep that in its own little binder and I stick it right there. So that is truly all of our curriculum that we are currently using. Now, if you're familiar with BookShark at all, you know that that is not enough books to cover a whole year. But I told y'all that that bookshelf right behind me is my only bookshelf. So I don't have space on there for all of the books that BookShark uses throughout a school year. So let me show you where I put those. So we are now in my master bedroom. See, I have my dresser over here, and then right next to that is this big old BookShark box. This is literally the box that they shipped all of the curriculum to me in. I was able to consolidate into this one box, and this is where I keep everything that we've already used or that we have yet to use. So in here we have the big, where I told you, this big BookShark binder. It's ginormous, but it keeps all the weeks that we've already done or the weeks that we have yet to do that don't fit in my other binder, since I only do 6 weeks at a time in there. So that is in here. And then all of these books, the books on top are the books that we have not read yet. And then the books that we've already done, I just put down at the bottom. So that way I'm not shifting through those. This whole box, again, just sits in my master bedroom. Sometimes it turns into a shelf with lots of stuff on top of it. And then each week I come in here after we finish a week. I'll take out the books from my shelf out on the desk and take the ones that we're done with and bring them in here and stick them in the bottom of this box. And I'll look through the instructor's guide and see what books myself or the kids will be needing for the coming week. And then if I need to take any out, I'll go ahead and take those out at that point, and then go put them on the shelf that we have in the front room. So that is all the space that I have. I have this box that holds our curriculum that we are not using that particular week. And then I have whatever we are using on the shelf. Those are the two areas that we keep our homeschool things in. The box in my bedroom that I only go into once a week. Well, I go into my bedroom more than once a week, but I only get into that box once a week, where I swap out the old books that were already done and look ahead for just that 1 week and see what books we need for that week. Those are the only two places that we keep homeschool curriculum. So that is how we're able to make it work in 1,800 square feet for our family of 8. And it's worked out just fine, because we don't even use a desk or anything. My kids will just lay on the floor to do their workbooks, or they'll go sit at the kitchen table, or we'll just all sit up on the couch together to do our read alouds. And so we've never really needed a formal homeschool room space. I know other people have them, and that works great for their family, so that's awesome. But I just wanted to give you another idea of what homeschooling can look like if you don't have a space that you can dedicate specifically to homeschooling, or if you're like me and you have a big family and you just can't set a room aside, or maybe you just don't want to set a room aside and you just would rather have a smaller area, then it all works. So please let me know what works for your family. Do you guys have a homeschool room that you do your actual homeschooling in? Do you end up just sitting on the couch or at the kitchen table like we do? Do you have bookshelves upon bookshelves of stuff? Or how do you keep your homeschool organized? And how do you store all of your things? So please comment below and let me know what you do in your family and what works great for you. I would love for you to like this video and subscribe so that you can see some other fun videos I have planned in the near future of what our homeschooling day looks like. So until then, see you next time.